My name is Mauricio Comesaña. I'm a soon-to-be internationalist, and I'm currently working as a sales representative in the natural gas and energy sector in Argentina. Today, I'm going to present to you my personal action plan, which is about the need of advancing renewable energy in Argentina. The climate crisis is an undeniable reality, a burning platform upon which humanity stands, threatening our very existence on this planet. In Argentina, the crisis has made itself evident through different phenomena that impact everyday lives of Argentinians, such as fatal floods in major cities, severe and extended droughts, terrible forest fires, sea level rise, and glacier disappearance. All of these have a strong impact in Argentina's economy, affecting major economic activities such as tourism and agriculture, while also damaging property and infrastructure, harming many industrial and business supply chains. Let's take a deeper look into this crisis. As we can see in the Show Your Stripes graphic, Argentina's temperature has been consistently increasing since 1970 and has reached a 1 degree Celsius above the mean temperature between 1971 and the year 2000. Sea level rise forecasts predict that by 2100, much of the province of Buenos Aires will be underwater, definitely affecting citizens' lives, but also many industries, given that it is where most of them are located. What is more, in the last 3 years, the agricultural sector has faced the worst drought in 60 years, a phenomenon highly related to climate change. This drought signified a 50% decrease in soybean production, Argentina's core export product, meaning a reduction of revenue of $25,000 million, accounting for a 3% reduction in Argentina's GDP. The cause behind this climate crisis is widely known. It is climate change that worsens our living standards by increasing the risk of catastrophes and global temperatures. As we know, this is a result of our own human activities. It is the human species' impact on the environment, releasing enormous amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere since the Industrial Revolution, that foster a consistent temperature rise that leads to irreversible consequences for the Earth's ecosystem. Luckily, the UN, together with most of the world's nations, have set a plan to stop this crisis. If we want to keep inside our planetary boundaries, we need to keep this temperature rise below 1.5 degrees Celsius. For this, we need to urgently reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, getting to net zero as soon as possible, and further achieving negative carbon emissions. In the year 2020, Argentina emitted an equivalent of 376 million tons of CO2. Energy consumption accounted for 35% of these emissions, with electricity generation contributing 10% of the total, releasing 37 million tons of CO2 in 2020. As illustrated in the graphs, thermal generation dominates Argentina's energy production, resulting in a natural gas-intensive energy matrix. This means that the average megawatt of electricity generated produces 300 kilograms of CO2 emissions. For us to have an idea of the extent of the revolution that renewable generation introduced to the sector, here is a table showing us the carbon emission factor of each energy source. As we can see, there is an abysmal difference from the 400 kilos of carbon emissions per megawatt of thermal generation to the 11 kilogram per megawatt of wind turbines. This means we can reduce the carbon footprint in electricity generation by a 93 to 97% if we change from combustion to renewable generation. To appreciate the magnitude of the challenge, Argentina's energy demand is composed by 3 types: residential, business, and industries and big business, which in total account for 139,000 gigawatt hour. The sector that I deal with is usually the industry and big business, which is more familiar with energy procurement in the wholesale market. In contrast to the substantial energy demand, Argentina's total power supply in 2022 amounted to 43,000 megawatt. Renewable energy, including large-scale hydroelectric generation, accounted for 37%, while just approximately 12% without it. If you are a big business, there are some ways in which you can switch your energy supply and make it more sustainable. One of the most popular ways in the market is known as PPA, or Purchase Power Agreements. These are long-term contracts between an energy supplier and a company, where the supplier commits to delivering a specified amount of renewable energy to the company at a predetermined price. PPAs can be structured in two ways: off-site and on-site. Off-site PPAs involve the generation of renewable energy at a remote location and its delivery to the industry's premises through the grid, while on-site PPAs involve the generation of renewable energy directly on the industry's premises. Another way in which companies can lead their way into lowering their carbon emissions is by purchasing carbon credits. These are instruments that certify the carbon emission reduction in some activity. Companies can buy these in order to offset their carbon emissions immediately, supporting carbon capturing activities such as renewable energy generation. So, how can we make more companies join this green transition? The answer might lie on the skill of salespeople. Salespeople are key players in this transition. Our job is to coordinate the demand and supply of energy, identifying the needs of customers and providing them with solutions. We are in permanent contact with companies and assess them in their energy needs. From there, we are in a privileged position to foster the green transition. Our responsibility is to make customers conscious of the challenges we're facing, our burning platform, and the need for sustainability. We can make new leaders for the green transition, inviting them to jump on board, switching their energy supply. Thereby, I ask you, are you ready to be a leader in this green transition? I hope you do, because we need you. Thank you very much.